tonight's proceedings. And for persons who have questions, just type them up in the question and answer box so that we can answer them rather than in the chat box so they're easier to find. So over to you, Sanaz and David.
Thank you so much. I think David and I just kind of sit there like this and we just enjoy it. No wonder your mom is screaming in the background. If I had an 18-year-old child like you that had become a young lady that is so fluent, that is so amazing, that is so articulate, I would be screaming in the background too. So we're proud of you for being our youngest LD2. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know Chloe, let me give you a little bit of edification. This young lady is 18 years old. She is our youngest LD2 qualifier. She is absolutely phenomenal. And as you can see, she's incredibly articulate. And I think when it comes to the edification aspect of it, that's one of the big parts of the business, Chloe, and you do such a great job on it. And you're so wonderful. So thank you for the kind introduction on my part. And I know David was gloating when he, what did you call him? David, what did she call you again? She called me beautiful. What did she call you?
I said brilliant.
No, she called you brilliant.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I got brilliant. I got beautiful. You got brilliant.
Well, my hearing's gone.
Yeah. Brilliant and old. Well, you know what? It's always a pleasure to have you on the call, David. And for those of you who don't know, David is our regulatory, I call him my right arm, and he's been instrumental. We got a great call ahead of for everyone. I know there's a lot of people that are just jumping on. We want to welcome all of our brand new partners, as I know we have lots and lots of new partners. We also have a very special treat. We also have our CEO tuning in and listening in. I usually don't get that kind of treat also. So welcome to our founder and CEO. I hope you enjoy the call tonight as well. And please feel free to jump in at any point to add anything you like as well. That being said, David, we got an amazing call tonight. We got lots of updates. A lot of good stuff has been happening. You know, we've actually corporately, David, we've been so quiet on social media because we're so busy behind the scenes doing so much legwork. And, you know, it's an exciting time. And today I had an electrician there because we were adding some new wires and new lines and new phones and new customer service. And he said, wow, your business is booming and growing. And the energy in your office is just ecstatic. And everyone is running around and everyone is happy and everyone's smiling. And I said, yeah, because we are just busy. And he says, what do you guys sell that during COVID that everyone else is collapsing? You guys are busy bees working away. And so he wanted to actually buy a bottle of Fountain of Life on the spot and buy some toothpaste and try the shampoo and the conditioner. So that's what an amazing, amazing product that we have. And before we start, David, we had an amazing call on Saturday with so many brand new MGRS qualifiers, car clubs. We are shattering every single record when it comes to qualifications. And already for next month, David, we have one new qualifier a day. Listen to that, ladies and gentlemen. One new qualifier a day already for this month, which we're going to announce next month. So I'm excited. It's going to be amazing, amazing, amazing. And with that, David, let's get our call started. You ready?
Oh yeah, I've got some interesting news and some research to share with everyone that I haven't been able to share with you yet, but I think you're going to really enjoy, and it's sort of important for everyone to understand this. So it all ties in with our products and what we're doing, and it's for our betterment and our health. So it's something that I've been researching a lot on. I did it over the weekend. Talk to some people about this because, you know, we're all being affected by the same thing around the world. So we got some good things to share.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things I think, David, is that, you know, our product is not a new product now. I mean, we've been basically distributing it now for, you know, 3 years almost, and it's done so many wonderful things. But, you know, David, before we get the call started and go into the nitty gritty, I want to just quickly go over some announcements that I have because I appreciate those who have logged in, and then we're going to get right into our training with all of our different products that we, of course, carry. So I'm just gonna see if I can just share my screen over here. So just bear with me for 1 second. And I know we've been getting lots of phone calls and tickets, and I want to be able to address these right away. So can you see my screen okay, David?
Now I can.
Beautiful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to welcome you to our product training. Usually we do a lot of crossfire. We ask you a lot of questions, or you get a chance to ask myself and David a lot of questions. But tonight I want to first start with some quick, very important announcements that we've been getting a lot of phone calls and inquiries on, and I want to give you guys all some product updates. Please make sure that if you do have a market where they do speak a different language, that you do take a lot of notes and, of course, pass these on. So without any further ado, let's get started. So number one, big announcement, Fountain of Life boxes are back. I know many of you, were asking, when are the boxes coming back? Well, as of Friday, we've actually been shipping products with the box. Now, for those of you who didn't get your box and you got bubble, so here's one thing. We are going to be offering it for you. When you are placing your next order, the software will automatically populate and basically fill in the amount of boxes based on your previous orders that are done. That will be done programming as of Wednesday. So any order that you place as of Wednesday will basically prompt you to add your boxes from previous orders into your order. And that way the number of free boxes will be corresponding to numbers that were already shipped. So for example, if you got a momentum pack, it will automatically auto-populate it for you. And that is in effect as of Wednesday. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so it will be shipped in your next order. Now, if you urgently need them, you could order them, but shipping fees will apply. So if you don't want shipping fees to apply, you got to place an order. With your order, you can add on your boxes and we will be more than happy to ship them out your way. So that's the first big announcement. Next one, David, I want to talk a little bit about the different labels. I know we've talked about it over and over, and tonight I want to give a little bit of a visual aspect of it because, of course, Fountain of Life is branded in two different perspectives. One is, of course, what we call our Canadian label with our NPN number, high performance antioxidant, and of course, in compliance to be able to ship to different countries based on their regulatory, based on their customs requirements, we are basically have actually invested more money into doing different labels and rebottling and being able to make sure that we are abiding by the policies of those countries when it comes to regulatory. The product is exactly the same product inside, just labeling is different. Can you talk to us a little bit about that and shed some light?
Well, yeah, you're, in our efforts to comply with, local health regulatory and what they want to see, they're asking us to package it, and put a label on that says topical, which is sort of created confusion where people say, well, what's the difference between topical and the, nutritional product? And well, we haven't changed anything internally. It's exactly the same. There has nothing been altered. So, as we've known over the past couple of years, this is an incredibly powerful antioxidant, powerful anti-inflammatory, but it's probably one of the most versatile products in the world because it can be used topically, safely and effectively. And we always knew that when we started out that, that's where the roots of this product started in places like sunscreens to reduce free radical activity, shampoos and conditioners to address the Malassezia furfur fungus that causes dandruff formation. It just goes on and on with the number of applications topically with this. And as our membership will attest to that, they started trying it and discovering the power of this product from acne-prone skin on out, and the benefits have been tremendous. So, you do have that ability to use it topically, but we've maintained the Health Canada label to show everyone that this is truly the same product that we're selling everywhere around the world.
I didn't realize I was muted. And David, one thing I do also want to reiterate to everyone, we actually just got it approved and finalized today. We are working on a future development. This is a 2-layered label, and it's actually really, really cool. So it's a product that's labeled, and then it basically has a double-sided sticker. So basically a double-sided label, I should say, not a sticker. So it's a double-sided label, and for international markets such as United States, such as Norway, Sweden, where we have a lot of volume, this is a product that if you want to peel it off, you can basically peel off the Norwegian spruce extract and then basically leave on the original one. But when it comes to importing, based on customs, that is the label that we have to import in. Ramin, you had unmuted yourself. Did you want to add something?
Yeah, can you hear me okay, Saz?
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect. I just want to reiterate on what David was saying. This product, 25 years before we found it, it was only being used for topical use, as David mentioned, in Germany. Some labs in Germany using it for treatment of melanoma and different type of things. Even for us, when we found it, we were looking for the best ingredients for very flawless skincare anti-aging.
Did you lose Ramin as well, David?
Yes, I just lost him. Sorry.
All right.
I thought it was me.
So what our founder and CEO was mentioning a little bit, just kind of reiterating, but we lost him. Oh, I think we got him back, Ramin.
Yeah, can you hear me okay now?
Yes, you cut out. We lost you for a minute.
So even for us, when we found it, it was for topical use at first. We hired the best formulator in the country, Tom Heiner, who was the formulator for Estee Lauder, to come up with the absolute best, second to none, anti-aging skin regimen, all natural skin regimen, and gave him a blank check. And he couldn't understand. David, you remember that conversation? He couldn't understand when he kept on telling me, what's the retail price you're trying to meet? I kept saying, no price. I want the best of the best. He said, it's expensive. I got to go get the special ingredient from Norway and the special ingredient from France. I said, do it. So initially, the Fountain of Life, the extract was for very flawless. And of course, that is, very flawless product. The results were tremendous. And by accident,
Lost again, Ramin.
so is it okay now?
Yeah,
Yes.
we had lost you. You said by accident, and then you cut out.
Yeah, so by accident, we found out it was non-toxic, and the scientists were already using it internally. I was personally looking for something for internal use because I don't take pills. So long story short, here we are 3 years later. So the product, like David was talking about, is very versatile. It is an absolute, I've never seen anything like this. Something that you take sublingually, you ask you, the scientist puts it, you eat it, he calls it a lignans, or you drink it. You put it topically, you put it you put in shampoos and body wash. It's incredible. So going back to the labeling, other companies, I've been in MLM for 30 years. The reason why other companies, they've been in business for 30 years, they do billions in business, and they're still only in 10 countries, is because it's tough to get, every country has their own regulations.
That's right.
Something as simple as in Canada, we call this a natural health product, which is our MPN number from Health Canada. In the US, they call it a supplement. In Canada, you can't call it a supplement. It's a natural health product. It's semantics. Every country is different. In Europe, some countries don't like the word antioxidants, although it is an antioxidant. So we have a decision to make as a company to say, okay, you can't do business in these countries because semantics are different, or we can meet their regulations of putting the label so you can have access. So this is just the ingenious of the company. David and Sanaz, they put a lot of time into this because every country is so different. I have 6 law firms working on product registrations around the globe to make sure we're we started as in a disadvantage in a sense where our business started as a fashion business. So we started shipping products in globally right away. So first 10, 12 years, we shipping products to about 150 countries because fashion accessories, they don't need product approval. That's great. We had fantastic success. But when we decide to go into health and wellness and skincare, but these products do require product registration and meet all kind of guidelines. Except we couldn't tell our partners around the world, by the way, not like you can't have very flawless. Instead, I hired every law firm I could. I got David on board. David's 24/7 job is just to try to get this approved with the law firms and Sanaz with the labeling and Danny. And so we work around the clock to make sure you have access to these products. So if you see a fancy label, say thank you, because in absent of that, you'll be envious of other countries that have access to this product. So we look at countries, there's a lot of activity going on, and we said we have a concept called no partner left behind. And we'll go through extensive research and be way beyond any call of duty to see what we can do to get the products in that country so we can serve our clients. So we don't have a country that says, well, we can't have the fountain of life, or we can't have Very Flawless, or we can't have the toothpaste and so forth. And sometimes that requires semantics, changing the label, going back to the original, because topical use, which this product is, it's much easier. And sometimes we go in with a topical, and as we work on the internal. So just so you know, that's our way of working really hard to make sure that you have access. Back to Sanas.
Thank you so much, Ramin. And, you know, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right from our founder, CEO, visionary. But one thing I do want to reiterate, you have two options. The first option is not have it available in your market. So I want you to just think about that for just a second. Would you rather have the product as a topical product? As I mentioned, it's the exact same content in the bottle with a different label, or would you basically not have the product in your market? You know, earlier on, David, I was reading a comment that came through, and I'm just going to quickly read that. From someone says, from Cheryl Rose, she says, my sister lives in Jamaica, and I sent her the Fountain of Life to her, and it's doing amazing things to her body. How could she get the product here? So the reality of it is, ladies and gentlemen, Jamaica is actually on my map of products to talk about tonight, but we have not been able to share Fountain of Life in Jamaica in the past, because as basically a high performance antioxidant, Jamaica Customs was not accepting it. So I do have some announcements to do in the little bit of future, but this brings me to my next slide, that we can now ship the Fountain of Life to Jamaica under the topical use label, which basically means that we are selling this as a topical usage. It's got the second label underneath it as well, but this is something that we are basically applying when it comes to Jamaica. So our lines are open for you to place an order for Jamaica. So congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to many of you who have been now tapping into Jamaica, because now it is available for you to be able to ship into Jamaica. But please keep in mind, it's still under a topical usage. Another one I wanted to give you all an update on, we had blocked countries like Congo.
Sanas, before you go on, I just want to reiterate something. If your label in your country is different than the one in Canada, make sure you stick to the label that's in your country, like topical. If the customs want to call you about the product, don't use anything other than what is on the label. We just want to make sure that we reiterate it's there for a reason, because like I said, in some countries, they don't like the word antioxidant. In some European countries, they're saying, well, you can only buy an antioxidant from a pharmaceutical company. So at the end of it, just local regulations and stuff like that. So just make sure that you stick to what is on the label for your market.
Absolutely. And remember, we want to be able to get it into every single country. So we have to abide by the country's policies and laws. And we are doing that for every place that we are going. Now, countries like Congo, Egypt, Italy, Mexico, South Africa. Oh, Mexico is in there by mistake. I have apologies. I need to make a correction for that. There is some countries that we do have some restrictions, and there's going to be out of zone charges that will apply. This will apply for Congo, Egypt, Italy, and South Africa, not including Mexico. So just disregard that as well. And that is something that we are working on, and we've been working on. We were not able to ship into those countries. Let me just eliminate Mexico just in case some of you are taking capture screens. We were not able to actually ship into many of these countries. Now we have found the correct shipping lines to be able to ship it. However, there is some surcharges that do apply. And again, you have to keep in mind, as a company, we don't make money on shipping. All we do is we pass it on. A lot of times when we are doing, full service countries, there's zone pricing. So we try to make it as easy as possible for all of you to be able to distribute the product. So there's something called an out of zone surcharge for $60 that will apply to Congo, Egypt, Italy, as well as South Africa, so that there's no delay in shipments. All right, so these are some of your new shipping rates. Please capture screen this. Please make sure you pass this on to your team. This is something I wanted to share with all of you. As you can see, anywhere in Canada, a standard shipping is only $10. And remember, all these prices are in Canadian dollars. Canadian dollars. And the reason I wanted to share this with you all tonight is we are getting a lot of US partners asking us for expedited shipping. And so with the postal service that we have been shipping, many of your orders are arriving between 14 to 20 days after your order. And the reason being is because your order is being picked up by Canada Post. It is then being redirected to USPS, and then it's being delivered into the United States. Well, it takes up to 14 to 20 days to do the shipment. And however, the standard shipping is only $15 Canadian, which is about $10 US. Family packs, same thing. I mean, the shipping costs are super duper low. And so we've had a lot of partners asking us to expedite their orders, and they want to pay more. So now we have programmed and we have set up some shipping lines that express your orders in 3 to 5 days using Federal Express into the United States. And with the United States, the fees are still very low. It actually still costs us more, but we are subsidizing it. So with FedEx for the United States, it's $30 for a family pack, or any order below the 2 pound. Up to 5 pounds is only $50 Canadian. And then of course, if you do a large order, high fashion and high volume, it's about $90. So I wanted to just let you all know that we have added a brand new line of shipping that many of our consumers are using and loving, because they're able to expedite their orders and get their products there within 3 to 5 days. And so this is a new service that we did implement as of yesterday. So Sunday was programmed. It went into effect pretty much today. So we're very, very excited about that. All right, Ramin, I know you're on this call. I think this is why you came on the call with us. And we got some major, major announcements coming with the Fountain of Life and Fairy Flawless Microsilver Toothpaste for Mexico. Now, Mexico was a country that we announced on our New Year's call, ladies and gentlemen. And it was a country that is a very, very exciting country for us. I know Daniela, for our sales development manager, is also really excited. But not only her, we have an amazing, dynamite young lady, Abdulia, who's been with us forever. And I think she's really, really excited. I know she's tuning in with a couple of her partners from Mexico, Erica, Fernando, Eduardo, and they've been working hard, doing lots of tours in Mexico. Ramin, did you want to add a couple of words before I continue?
Yeah, really excited about Mexico. Look, 100+ million people there. They are part of NAFTA, North American Free Trade Agreement. A big multi-level marketing country. We all love going to Mexico. Best resorts in the world there. really excited. I think Mexico, as we talked about in the past, I said there's two areas that's going to take us to the billion. One is Asia, Singapore, and what's going on down there, China, and so forth. Second part is going to be South America. Now, although Mexico is part of the Caribbean, Latin market. So really, really excited. And as we always said, whether we say we do, so I'm really excited about this development. So that's back to you.
I love it. Well, we're going to be doing a very, very special call, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the process of programming everything for Mexico. We're in the process of coming up with a massive, massive announcement. As Abdulia would say, Viva la Mexico! She was all excited today. She was screaming from the rooftop. We're just putting everything together for all of you, but we have a massive, massive, massive announcement coming for all of our Latin American and, of course, Mexico partners that we are going to be doing some very, very big stuff. So stay tuned because we are going to be doing a very big conference call for basically Mexico and where we're going. All right, David, the next one I want to talk about is a topic that is a sensitive one. I know you've been doing tons and tons of research on, and it's something that is an underlying issue that a lot of people are not aware of. And that is what we call a fatty liver. Now, you've been doing a lot of research on this. You call this the silent killer, and it's a growing burden to our healthcare system. Can you talk to me a little bit about the relationship between fountain of life and fatty liver?
Yeah, this is one thing that really struck me as, really threw me off, to be honest with you. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is something that the stats are amazing. In Canada, where we feel we're living a pretty healthy lifestyle, I learned that a quarter of Canadians over the age of 20 have this condition. The thing is, they say, okay, I've got a bit of fatty liver, but the thing is that if this increases, if it triggers an immune response, it goes on further. This leads to potentially liver cancer. And liver cancer is horrible. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but I've seen it in person. I worked on people with liver cancer, and it's one of those insidious diseases that you go, oh my God, like what do you do for this person? And yeah, they do have survival rates doing different things. It's been a lot better, but still is one of those diseases you really want to avoid. And this is a condition that we can reduce our chances of acquiring by addressing, the condition before it even gets that bad. Because this is a killer. There's no mistake about it. The good thing is that in 2018, Biesiato, and I referred to this study a number of times because it's in the British Journal of Nutrition, but it really looked at the 7-hydroxymatyrosonol. That is a major lignin in Fountain of Life, and lignans are plant antioxidants, in case you're new here. And there's a whole bunch of odd names to these lignans, but the 7-HMR lignin is the predominant lignin found in this, and it converts to enterolactone in the body. Enterolactone is a mammalian lignin, or a mammalian antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. But when they started feeding 7-HMR to high-fat diet subjects that were eating high-fat diets, they found out that it addressed not just visceral fat metabolism, which increased, but it reduced fatty deposits on the liver, and that is significant. And they're saying that of course you have to change your lifestyle, but at the same time add in functional foods like Fountain of Life, and that will reduce our chances of forming fatty deposits on our liver. That will reduce our chances of developing NAFLD, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, but furthermore, hopefully reduce chances of us developing liver cancer. So this is all part to do with our diet, our lifestyles, everything, and something we can control by doing the right things right at the beginning.
And David, how many drops should someone be taking to be able to assist them with a fatty liver?
Well, you want to do at least 30 drops a day.
30
drops. According to the study, there's equivalent of 30 drops a day. The other thing that this could cause is cirrhosis of the liver, and I'm sure people are familiar with that term. and that's scarring of the liver tissue. And you just do not want to do that. You don't want to enter this way. You have a way of dealing with it with a better lifestyle and a healthier diet. And adding in the right supplements that will reduce that. And one of the supplements is Fountain of Life, definitely to consider.
Okay, fantastic. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, I think there is a lot of people that don't even know this underlying issue. And like David said, it's definitely a silent killer. It's something that we need to definitely be aware of. And so, David, I want to reiterate one more time. You said 30 drops. Should they be taking it with food? Should they be taking it morning, night? When is the best time for someone to be able to take this?
You know, the doctors started looking at this carefully when they saw this study, and they determined that 10 drops in the morning, 10 drops in the afternoon, and 10 drops in the evening are ideal. And why is that? It's to maintain that level of enterolactone instead of it going up and down like a sine wave. If you kept it at a steady level, it will benefit the majority of people. Of course, if you can't do that, because if your job does not allow you to do that, you can take some in the morning and some at night, and it will give you some benefit to that. It just really reduces the chance of the spikes that could otherwise occur. Otherwise, if you can't take 30 drops at a time. It all will benefit you. And if you feel that you need more and you're a bigger person, take more. It's perfectly safe. We've got a non-toxic product. And, you know, this has been studied for a long period of time with now thousands and thousands of subjects who have successfully and safely used the product.
So, David, of course, this is not a new product. We have 25 patents to this product. We don't talk about it because, you know, at the end of the day, we're doing all the research. We're doing our CEO is doing all the investment when it comes to the research and the development, and of course, the formulator. But, you know, this is not a new product. You know, for a lot of our new partners that are joining us maybe in the past 30 days or in the past 6 months, this product has been on the market through Opulence Global exclusively for the past 3 years almost. It's been in research and development for the past 25 years, like our founder and CEO mentioned earlier on. It was used as used as a topical product for a lot of melanoma treatment, which is skin cancer treatment. We also do want to reiterate on this call that Fountain of Life, ladies and gentlemen, is not a cure or a drug. It's basically, you know, a high-powered antioxidant. It's basically from Finland, but we are bottling it and manufacturing it in Canada. And David, can you explain to me the importance and the validity of why it is so important for a product to be produced and manufactured in Canada? What is the big deal of a product being manufactured as a Canadian product?
Well, my apologies to anyone in Health Canada that's listening, but Health Canada is horrible to deal with because they have such strict rules and regulations. The people are highly educated there. They have high standards. They're fastidious about everything. Kudos to them, really, in all seriousness, because they work hard at this. I deal with Health Canada on a daily basis, you know, and these people work very hard at this, but they're also not going to let any product out there that they don't feel passes what they feel are a safety and efficacy test. They're not going to allow junk on the market. They're not going to allow people to be fooled by whatever products out there. So for us to get this product on the market, it's not easy. It was not an easy task because we had to convince them that you can eat trees. We had to convince them that it was safe. We had to do all these tests and studies before they would accept.
I want to talk about that, David. I'm going to get you to rewind a little bit. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of products out in the market. There's a lot of juices and a lot of natural products. Here's the big difference between what we do at Opulence Global and what's out in the market. You ready for this? Take good note on this, okay? So out in the market, everybody has, you know, their aloe veras and their lavenders and their tea trees and this and that, right? And what everyone does is they duplicate each other. Now, these are either herbs, plants, fruits that they basically duplicate. Now, here comes Opulence Global with a product that we are selling that is a tree. And we had to go and convince every health authority and Health Canada that it is absolutely safe to eat a tree, as David says it. I love it. Eat a tree. That's an image. So everyone else eats their bushes, everyone eats their fruits, everyone else, eats the byproduct of other plants. And here we are taking the byproduct of course, a tree. So to go through the amount of hoops and paperwork and regulatory, it's as thick as a mattress that David has created. And I think that's what makes us unique. The other part of it is you have to understand that this is exclusive only through us. There's no other product out in the market that is like yours. There is no other product on the market that you can compare it to, because by far it is the most powerful, most incredible, most life-changing, super powered antioxidant. Now, David, I have a couple questions for you. This is a natural product, yes?
100%.
All right. Now, could the color or taste differ from batch to batch? Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes.
How does that work?
Well, because it's a tree. It's, the color and the taste is affected by where the tree grows and what's in that ground. What is not affected is the lignin count, for sure, and the nutrient value of it.
And how do we assess that?
I'm sorry?
And how do we assess it at Opulence Global?
Well, we assess it. We do two certificates of analysis that it has to pass before we're allowed to send it on to market. We don't do one, we do two. And one is involved with obviously the things like heavy metals that might be in the ground that the tree might absorb. We don't know. We don't know what's in that ground where it grows, so we have to make sure that there's safety there. We also want to see what lignins are there. We don't want to sell a product that doesn't have any lignins. Say that tree grew in an area that is deficient of the nutrients to create the lignins. Therefore, we wouldn't use it, but every batch is tested. Not just a random test, but every single batch is tested. And then once it comes here, we do further testing before releasing. We go through antimicrobial testing. We make sure there's no yeast and molds in it. We make sure there's no Staph aureus or Pseudomonas or E. coli in it, so that when you're ingesting it, we know 100% that it is a safe product for you to take in. And this is our mandate, to make sure that when we produce a product like this, that it is safe for you to take in, and that we know exactly what we're dispensing to everybody. So these tests are done each and every time.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that, David. So ladies and gentlemen.
So let me jump in here.
Sure.
I remember when I was talking to Dr. Alnas, he said, they have analyzed over 40 spruce trees from around the world. You can find spruce tree lots of places. And the reason why they go to the northern part of Finland and Norway, not even the southern part, same country, two different, only the northern part of Norway and Finland has this type of lignin, this type of tree. They look different too. They look completely different than the ones in Canada. They're very slender. They're very, very high, hundreds of feet high. They last thousands of years. And no other, including the spruce tree from Canada, although very strong tree, none of them have the lignin counts, antioxidant counts, as the one from northern part of Finland and Norway. So David, maybe you want to talk about that a bit.
Well, thanks, Ramin. Yeah, the fact of the matter is exactly what Ramin had stated. It comes down to where it grows. The tree has learned how to adapt itself. The branches are shorter, and the reason it's adapted that way is because of the heavy snowfall. So with shorter branches, it prevents breakage from the buildup of snow. But it's almost pestilence-free. It's almost disease-free, essentially. And the beauty of this is that the tree can withstand the harshest of conditions. And because of that, it benefits us because it is adapted by creating the highest source of lignins available in nature. And that's how it does it. When they start analyzing it, they discovered that this tree is incredibly powerful. That this tree, this Norwegian spruce, it does differ from other areas, including southern Finland. They took that same tree, and that was growing in southern Finland, discovered it didn't have the lignin count that the northern, trees had. So it's just one of those amazing things. And for those people who are new, who are all of a sudden thinking, oh my gosh, well, how have we run out of trees? The answer is they won't, because Finland is, the forests are owned by 70% families. 70% of the families in Finland own that. And for decades now, they've had a program to revitalize the forestry industry. So as they take down trees for pulp and paper, they replant and they sustain. And these people are ecologically way ahead of the rest of the world. And because it is family owned, all the trees have some lineage there that's very important to everyone. So you can rest assured that the supply of fountain of life will go on forever. And you don't have to worry about that.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that clarification. Any other questions, Remy?
Go ahead.
Awesome. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the other topic I wanted to cover on tonight, I don't even know, David, where time went tonight. Time has been going by. I do want to get to some questions tonight. But another big thing as well, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to announce to all of you tonight is that our mobile app has many different updates to it. And you are able to sign in and out of user accounts. You are able to create new VIP accounts. You are able to launch online shops. You are able to update payment methods and shipping on there. You're able to upgrade your accounts. You're able to edit your profile. You are able to review your e-wallet and your shopping and credit. You are able to check your team volume of current and pending. Our IT team is working relentlessly. They are you are able to check up on your support tickets. You're able to view the opportunity page and contact us. You are able to connect on our social media platforms and portals. You are able to view health, beauty, personal care. All you need to do is go to the App Store, search Opulence Global in the App Store or Google Play to download yours today. Alternately, you could also take a picture of course, the QR codes that we have put on screen for all of you, but all of you are on your phones. And all of you should be downloading this, taking advantage of it. The app looks absolutely luxurious. It is so beautiful. It doesn't matter where you are. It is so icon friendly. It is very easy to use, and you are able to build so much of your business at the touch of your fingertips. And a big kudos goes to our amazing, amazing IT team that is working relentlessly to create, develop, add more tools every day. We are adding new buttons into your app. If you haven't downloaded it yet, go download it now. Go download it tonight. Get your VIPs on it. Give it to your new downlines to utilize. But this is huge. We've invested so much into the app to make your lives easier so that you basically have our website, all of your tools at the touch of your fingertips. So, David, I'm super excited. I know this is going to help us with everyone being able to, of course, order their products, to sign in, to sign up people, of course, getting onto social media, listening to YouTube videos, sharing YouTube links, sharing stuff on WhatsApp, and this is the future. So ladies and gentlemen, we are relentless. We are working to provide you the best of the best. So get it on Google Play, download it on the App Store, and basically scan these so you can become a part of the revolution, really. Okay, so David, what I'd like to do at this point is, oh, wait a minute. Did my slides not come up? Can you see that now about the app?
Yes.
Okay, I guess I did not click it. And ladies and gentlemen, here you are. You have the QR codes right in front of you. Go ahead and take a picture. Go ahead and download the app. go ahead and download it on your app so you can have it and be able to become the next wave when it comes to our revolution. All right. So that being said, David, I want to read some questions and comments for you. So I want to go over for Fountain of Life. Does it help anything when it comes to skin discoloration?
No, because skin discoloration, that's, something like vitiligo is something that you have to look at. You have to talk to a dermatologist about it. I think what they're talking about is depigmentation of the skin. That's not the design of the product. A lot of ways to handle that is through laser therapy. I worked on that in skincare clinics before, so that's the best way of doing it. There's so many other benefits to the product that I still would take it just for better skin health, though. It's not, you have to still take it to ensure that your skin is healthy from the inside out. I think it's important to realize.
All right. Well, David, if you remember 2 weeks back, I'm not sure if that young lady from the United States is on. If you are, please raise your hand and type in the message box. But we had a young lady with a skin fungus on her face. And she called herself a vampire because she would only come out at night. And she had lots of basically fungus all around her face, all around her mouth, around her nose, around her skin. And she started to drink Fountain of Life as well as apply it topically. And she came on and she was just so ecstatic. If you are on the call tonight, please let us know so I can unmute you so you can share your testimonial again. Ramin, a question comes on for you. I know how to answer it if you like, I can, but I'll let you respond to it since it's directly towards you. Hi, Ramin, is the Opulence currency bonus still on? No.
Well, it's not on right no, it's not. The promotion is over. I know that it was an absolute major league home run. The money came out. We'll take a look at it. Remember, that's pure profit.
Oh, we lost Ramin again. Ramin? Okay, until Ramin comes on. So that was a promotion that we were running. Ramin, we've lost you. So that was a promotion that we were running. And the Opulence currency bonus has ended, but the Opulence currency is still available. Ramin, you are unmuted. You are muted. Can you unmute yourself, please?
I'm going through trees. I'm probably going to get cut off again. But basically, that is a crazy promotion we had. It was an absolute home run when it first came out. But that's a lot of bonus that comes directly off our bottom line. We just want you guys to try it, and you guys feasted on it. I see why you love it. I'll reassess it when I get back. But the currency is going to be a major part of your business globally if you want to expand, because it gives you complete freedom and independence from banks. So by itself, it's an absolute game changer for us. With regard to Build Assist promotions, we'll have something coming up soon. Could be this, could be something else, but we'll get back to you on that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ramin. So I'm going to read a couple of comments and questions. My sister in Jamaica is suffering, David, from a fatty liver. I sent her 6 bottles of Fountain of Life. My God, it is working for her. The doctor does not know what is going on in her body, and the reading is now wonderful. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for sharing that testimonial. Anne-Marie says, my mom used it on her skin, and she said it has healed her skin rash she had. Thank you so much for sharing that, Anne-Marie, as well. Ifra writes, I'm on my app and absolutely loving the full look. My favorite is the breakdown of my e-wallet. That would be my favorite if I was making your income too, Ifra. Month to month, what a difference in just a few months. Well, we're so proud of you, Ifra. You are absolutely our superstar, and you are definitely making a big difference. So I'm thankful that you are loving the app. All right, David, what causes cardiovascular inflammation, and can the use of Fountain of Life correct this condition? Great question.
Well, I don't even understand the question, to be honest. It's like, what are they talking about? Are we talking about the peripheral system? Are we talking about the cardia? Like really, when you take a look at this, the whole situation, it's just very seemingly simple question that's very complicated. You know, there's so many factors that could cause inflammation. You know, the mediastinum is a very, you know, if you take a look, it looks like a sac. You could get inflammation there. It could be from bacteria. It could be virulent. There's so many different factors there. I really can't answer that. But if you're taking a look at things that can cause problems over the long run, we're taking a look at chronic inflammatory responses by our cardiovascular system. If that's what you're referring to, the answer is yes, of course it can help. It can reduce that. It can reduce the impact of chronic inflammation on our cardiovascular system that converts HDLs, high density lipoproteins, to low density lipoproteins, which leads over to other things like plaque deposition and buildup, which can lead to strokes and heart issues. If you have a problem, a disease problem or something else, then you have to take the right medications and the right treatments to reduce that. So, you know, not to confuse the matter, but it really depends on what's causing that. But your best friend at this one is to talk to a doctor.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that.
Let's stay on the topic a little bit. We talked about how this was a topical product 20 years before we founded. And we are now also looking at it to fight the number one enemy of life, which is ironic because it's essential for life, and that is sun. So tell us how this product topically protects you from the harmful rays of sun.
Well, you know, the one thing that we're looking at, one of the problems that we see is the free radical damage that can occur. You know, and the one thing we have to protect ourselves from the inside out. And with free radicals leads to oxidative stress, and oxidative stress leads to all sorts of issues. We're talking about the connection with oxidative stress all the way from Alzheimer's and dementia to cardiovascular disease to cancer. All these things are interrelated. And when people say, you know, that's the hard part about Fountain of Life, because everyone's got a different story to tell. And it's not because it's a miracle drug, but what it is doing is that it's a functional food that is reducing the impact of free radicals, protecting its free radicals, reducing the oxidative stress that causes so many health issues. Because it's all related. And the sun itself is a great factor in terms of creating free radicals in our system. And if we can control that, reduce the impact of that, we have a better chance for a much higher quality of life. We love the sun, it's just that it can harm us in large doses.
Love it.
Can I talk about one thing just real quickly so people know before I forget? Been doing some research, and I think that everyone on this call was probably familiar and touched upon COVID-19. And, you know, I'm not going to hear talk about cures and all that, but I'm going to tell you what the latest is. The latest is that, and I've talked to people a lot smarter than me, and they really said that one of the keys to prevent it from really going bad and virulent in the body is keeping our oral cavity clean. That is making sure that we don't have periodontitis, periodontal disease, reducing the bacteria in our mouth. So we've got several products that are in that area.
Talk about the products.
We have Fountain of Life. Okay, if we take it, you know, we swish it around our mouth, it helps. We take it internally, reduces free radical damage, you know, protects us from free radicals. Not necessarily that's a factor in COVID-19, but it's a slight factor. But we have also the Fairy Microsilver toothpaste with microsilver in it. And, you know, the one thing I'm really trying to stress with people right now is that keeping that oral cavity clean, reducing the bacteria on that to help fight this, because we want to reduce the chances. And you're going to read more and more about this, how periodontists right now are trying to get the word out. They think that one of the keys for our safety is reducing the amount of bacterial activity in our mouths. So before I forget, I wanted to tell you that because I've been talking to quite a few people in the dental profession. They call me with this information. We talk about how we can help people with periodontitis, but we also talk about COVID-19 And for all you people who are affected, you know, it sounds simple to brush your teeth with a better product. You can recommend that because you want to reduce the chance of that from happening.
Yeah, for sure. And,
You got two products. Remember, you got two products, not one. You got two. So
I was going to say, and one of the biggest testimonials we are receiving with the toothpaste is a lot of people are getting rid of their gum disease because it's reducing inflammation, it's getting rid of bleeding. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have not tried all of our products, you definitely need to. Fountain of Life is a phenomenal life-changing product, but all of the other products that we have as well are just as incredible. For example, David just reiterated the toothpaste, which is made with a microsilver product. We didn't get a chance to talk about the other products tonight, David. We had a really busy call. I had a lot of shipping announcements and exciting announcements to make. And just before, I also do want to bring on an amazing young lady, Abdulia, who's been absolutely relentless in working and basically putting Mexico on the map. I know she's really, really excited. Tonight, this morning when I spoke to her, she was on as well, and she was just so revved up. And I do have a couple of more questions for you, David, but first I want to bring this young lady on because I know she's on with her team in Mexico, and she's super, super excited. So Abdulia, my dear, I have unmuted you. I've allowed for you to, can you hear me okay?
Hi, Sanas. Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you, my dear. Hola.
hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Hola, bien. Familia.
Okay, I'm going to promote you to panelists so you guys can turn on your video so we can say hola properly. All right. Abdulia, I've made you into a panelist. Now there you guys are.
Can you see us? Okay, make sure you can see everybody here, okay?
I'm going to go to Mexico.
Yay!
I love the excitement. So tell me, Abdulia, what have you guys been cooking and brewing over there in Mexico?
Wow, these are the pioneers of Mexico. This is Erika, Eduardo, and Fernando, and we're missing a few more that they already left, but we've been working on different strategies. We are ready. We're actually here in our office, our new office in Querétaro, Mexico. So we are, I already gave you the tour earlier. This is where the logo is going to be. This is where, we're going to have a logo outside the office. We are ready to launch Mexico. So we've been working really hard for the pre-launch. And we're really excited. Everybody's really excited, looking forward to open Mexico and Latin America as well. But this is where we're starting.
And Abdulia, you already have someone MTRS qualified.
Yes. So Eduardo, last month, it was the first Mexican in history to qualify.
Amazing.
Congratulations.
Bravo.
Viva Mexico.
All right.
Yay!
I can't wait to get there. Give us an excuse why we need to get on a plane next month or month after. Let's go.
Yes. So dice que el presidente que quiere estar aquí en México el próximo mes o dentro de 2 meses.
Perfecto. Bienvenido. Nos da mucho gusto verte.
Welcome, and we're going to make it happen for you.
Yes, I think with the grand launch of Mexico, you can let your team know. It's going to be a massive grand opening in Mexico. Mexico is a $1 billion market on its own. It's got massive potential, and we are excited to bring our business to Mexico.
Yes, we are too. So we're really excited. Thank you, Sinas. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you, Ramin, for always believing in my big vision of Mexico. We're making it happen. So thank you, Danny, for always being also there. This is incredible. We need to start everything in Spanish. We actually want to do this call in Spanish because Mexico is, the population that speaks English is very, very minimal. But yeah, Mexico and Central and Latin America, everybody wants Spanish. So
we are ready. We are ready for you guys. And I think David would love to go to Mexico and South America and, enjoy. But, I think you have a lot of support from your partners around the globe, for Mexico, Abdulia. Everyone is excited. Everyone says, get Mexico going. We're going to come down and support you guys and build. So we're ready. Amazing. I wanted to give you all a couple of minutes just to recognize you guys. I know you've been working hard. We're not ready to announce everything yet, but we will be launching Mexico with an incredible office, with, of course, the distribution aspect of it. But get ready, because Mexico, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be massive, with the leadership, of course, of Obdulia, and, of course, her amazing team that you see before you, the pioneers of Mexico.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Sanas. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
All right. Take care. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, there is some amazing things that are happening within the Mexico team as well. And David, I know you are excited to be able to go down there, and I'm excited as well. It's going to be an amazing journey as we get more and more, growth into the Mexico market as well. So lots of great stuff. We're still working on all of the regulatory aspect in Mexico, but in the meantime, we are working on it. I do have a couple of more questions that have come up. One of them is a great question, and it basically says, okay, give me 1 second. Hi, David. I was researching the 7-HMR, and I read that lignans are extracted by a chemical process. Is that true? Since FOL is a natural product, could you confirm it does not contain any residual chemicals from the extraction process? Great question.
Most of them are done by chemical processes because it is a chemical, the basic term, like natural products, everything we use. Water is a chemical, just so people know. By definition, is a chemical. So the answer is yes. The extraction process is patented. I know the process, but you have nothing residual in it. It's completely, what they do is they extract it and completely is dried completely. Anything is removed, but it is an interesting process. It's a very long period of time. It's actually steeped. And so let's not mistake the word chemical for being something dangerous. Let's call it what it is. Yeah. Because they could be using water in there, and I'd have to tell you that that's a chemical process, but it's not dangerous. So yeah. I'm not going to tell you exactly what they use because I can't. I'm not allowed to.
And David, I'm gonna piggyback on something. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the reasons that we have David as a part of our regulatory is because a lot of times we go out there and we research things, and what we read as non-scientific people is sometimes things that we may not understand, and then we translate it into something that is not actually accurate. I'm one of those people, and that's why we have someone like David as a part of our regulatory team who basically does all the research. But one thing that you have to understand is that we have over 25 patents to this incredible product. We have done tons of tests. This is not a new product in the market. It's now been in the market, like I mentioned, for almost 3 years as an oral product that we are distributing. We have run tons of tests. Now, one of the other things as well that I do want to reiterate, the reason that we're not bombarding you with documentation is because that we found that when you have documentation, everyone tries to become a scientist and a researcher, and that only slows down their business. The best thing that we can tell everyone is use the product, get your testimonials, share your testimonials. This is one of the reasons why we have the Fountain of Life page, where you are able to share your stories, share your testimonials, and be able to talk to people about and read other people's testimonials as well. That's how this product has absolutely grown to become what it is today. For me?
So I want to add to this. The magic is in the extraction process, by the way, folks. You can go to the same spruce tree in northern Finland or Norway. You can chop and put in capsules, like maybe that's how they do. Other homeopathy companies try to do. It becomes 90% useless because not only it's not going through the extraction process to eliminate all the toxicity and stuff that's not good for you, because trees like herbs, just like fruit, they all have stuff that's not good. Even herbs, right? They have some negative parts in them. So the extraction process to eliminate all the negative and to make sure it's carried away. You can use it sublingually directly to your bloodstream. You can eat it, drink it. You can use it topically. The magic is in the $2 billion with a B dollar process owned by 2 German labs. Because without that, we eat it, our digestive system is not designed to digest things like anything. We lose most of it within our digestive system. The reason why this works so incredibly well and why it works so quickly, the magic is in the $2 billion extraction process, which we don't own, but we license to be able to use for this particular product. So that's the key. I'm glad it came up, because anyone can go chop some herbs and put it in the blender and put it in the capsule. And they say, well, it's got 16 different herbs in it. But guess what? They're not compatible. There's a lot of negative aspect of herbs that was not taken up because it wasn't not extracted. And it doesn't digest well. It doesn't get absorbed well. Well, this product, now you start to understand why this is a high technology. This is a science product, all this all natural, versus some homeopathy that you and I can do at home. So just want to bring that up.
Awesome. Love it. Thank you so much for that clarity as well. And ladies and gentlemen, we have gone way over tonight. We hope that you've all enjoyed the call tonight. We hope you enjoyed the training tonight. We hope you're as excited as we are. And of course, you know, Fountain of Life and of course, Opulence Global strives to be able to create the most incredible products, whether it's our Fountain of Life, whether it's our skincare, whether it's our toothpaste, whether it's our shampoo and conditioner. And that's something that we are basically striving to do, bring you the best of the best, bringing you life-changing products, bringing you revolutionary products, and being able to take your business to the next level, being able to take your business and skyrocketing it. Of course, make sure you join us for our very, very special call tomorrow night, the Forensic Networker call. I know Chloe will cover that, but we want to thank each and every single one of you for being on tonight. Again, congratulations to Mexico, congratulations to Jamaica, congratulations to all of the new rising countries that are getting on our map that we're able to ship and distribute to. We are here to, of course, support you. Make sure you go and download the app again. I know Chloe's gonna love the app, since she's a young little millennial and they live on their phones. But you know, we are relentless. We are working around the clock to create and to do more and to become more and to hit our $1 billion target. With that, David, I wanna thank you for your time, your wisdom, your knowledge, for being brilliant, as Chloe calls you. Beauty, brilliant, just saying. And of course,
Chloe knew.
And of course, Chloe, I'll pass it on to you to share our announcements and to closing of the call. Thanks again, David, and thank you for everyone being on. A special thank you to our founder and CEO for surprising us and being on this very, very special call with us. Calls with you on it always makes it extra special, extra rewarding, and of course, more unique. So thank you so much for that. Back to you, Chloe.
Well, thank you, Sanaz, David, and Ramin, for tonight. You took all the words out of my mouth, Sanaz. I don't think there's anything left for me to do. But I want to thank each and every one of you who logged onto our call tonight. Thank you for those of you who asked your questions, and we apologize for not being able to answer all of them due to time. But please remember, you're not limited to just tonight's call to ask your questions. We have the Fountain of Life page on Facebook, and you can also contact David's directly to ask your questions, and the Facebook page is accessible 24/7. So just ask your questions there. And for those of you who shared your testimonials tonight in the chat group, we thank you for that, but we push you to also share it in the Fountain of Life group so that other persons can access them and share them as well. That being said, thank you to each and every one of you who are on tonight. Reminder of our call tomorrow with our CEO and founder, Ramin, tomorrow night at 9. And I will just close out for tonight if there's nothing else to add from David, Sanaz, or Ramin.
Well, quickly, I just want to thank you for hosting, Chloe, again, being so professional. And Sanaz, thank you for the opportunity of speaking. It was nice seeing you again. I don't see you enough these days, but it's always a pleasure, and I realize I'm in the dark. I don't know what happened to my lights. I apologize about that, but I thank you for the opportunity. I hope, you know, I really do hope everyone is safe. You know, in spite of what's going on in the world right now, we are still in a crisis around the world. It bothers me seeing how bad it is. I did live through SARS. I was on the front lines of SARS, and I know how dangerous that was. And SARS is nothing compared to this. And if you're not scared, you should be. But we have tools that can reduce the impact, and I think people should be aware of it. So please share and try and help people.
Absolutely.
We don't have a cure yet. Let the smarter people do that, but we certainly got the tools to prevent the impact, and we could do that on a daily basis. We could try and, keep ourselves as safe as we can, but don't let our guards down. Be strong, be safe, be smart. Okay? But thank you.
Thank you for that. Actually, I do have a very special announcement on our next week's Monday call. Chloe, you got all the super calls that we're doing with all the big announcements. So next week, David and I will be sharing some amazing new announcements as well in regards to some new product development. So get ready for that. Make sure you don't miss the call next week. Make sure you get your entire team, all of your brand new partners, you should be inviting on these weekly calls to be able to gain more knowledge and experience. Back to you, Chloe.
Okay, well, thank you, David. Thank you, Sanaz. And I don't think Ramin has anything else to add. So that's good night to each and every one of you. Good morning, if that's your time. Good afternoon. And thank you once again for joining us.
Good night, Chloe.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Good night, Chloe. Thank you. Thanks, David.
Good night, everyone.